Hi, welcome to Audiobook Academy. This is a self-paced audiobook. There's no need to keep an eye on things. Just pay attention. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Have been vetted by me and my clients personally, and all the information applies to all industries. There's a big difference between being busy and being productive. We all deserve to empower ourselves with the knowledge and resources that will help us evolve and grow, especially now. Working hard is always good, but working smarter is even better, so if you're ready, let's get started. And various living conditions, especially at this time of adversity. As a result, it is my sole objective in this course to give you practical advice, resources, and a framework to boost overall performance and give you back valuable time in your day. This course will teach you how to. We'll begin by discussing the most critical instrument essential to your success. My go-to time management and productivity applications are: where in your business should you automate and delegate? And how to improve your regeneration by working smarter. Content development, digital marketing, as well as activities on social media. This course includes every tool and process sample available. Have been personally vetted by me and my clients. All of the data is applicable to all sectors. There's a tremendous difference between being busy and being productive. As well as being productive, we all have the right to self-determination. With the resources and knowledge that will assist us in evolving and growing, particularly today. Working hard is always beneficial. However, working smarter is preferable. Let's get started if you're ready. Nothing is out of reach. The term itself says, "I'm possible." Audrey Hepburn said it best in this quote. Has become a catchphrase for the way I go about my daily life and business. Working smarter, not harder, is the cornerstone of success. Is to cultivate a mindset that allows you to make the most of each day. I'd like you to make decisions based on the prompt. What would the most idealized version of myself do? Or, put another way, what would my best self do? This course will provide a wealth of concrete advice. But first, let's go through all of my tips and tactics. We need to handle one of the main things preventing people from moving forward, preventing them from enjoying the most satisfied and successful life possible. And that is your frame of mind. When you hear the phrase "nothing is impossible," it's easy to believe it. What are the first thoughts that come to mind? Did you say something to yourself that made you disagree with this quote? I'm slipping deeper and deeper into a negative "I can't" mindset. Or a "that isn't true" mentality, or did you use this quotation instead? Elicit a positive "yes I can and I will" attitude. Simply becoming aware of your thoughts is a step in the right direction. To achieve a true mentality shift, it is necessary. And it's that adjustment to a more productive and positive mindset that's important. Will allow you to get more done in less time with a sense of personal fulfillment. So, let's have a look at what you can do. If you want to learn how to cultivate a productive attitude, silence the critical voice in your thoughts, as well as reducing energy waste worrying about things we can't change. So, first and foremost, ask yourself, what makes you think in a bad way automatically? Going through the social media feeds and putting yourself in comparison to others. Is it possible that you're reading an email from your boss? Have you received a negative customer review? Alternatively, you may watch the news. For many of us, these are all common triggers. However, if none of these examples resonate with you, it's fine if I can relate to you. Pause the video for a second. Examine yourself, be truthful to yourself, and identify what makes you think negatively. Second, after you've established your trigger, the next thing to figure out are the thoughts that come to mind automatically. Nobody cares what I think, for example. I'm either too young or too old for this. I'm not smart enough, good enough, or talented enough. Good looking or physically fit enough. There is no room for failure in my life. It has to be flawless. The world is a frightening place. There's just so much that's unknown. Now that you've figured out what sets you off, it's time to take action. And the automatic thought that trigger causes you to have, after that, it's time to figure out what you're looking for. Whose voice can be heard in your head? Is it yours or your parents'? Or a member of your family? Is it a current or former lover? Is it your employer, a coworker, or a client? Perhaps the mainstream media or society conventions are to blame. By simply asking oneself, is this true, you may put each concept to the test. Is this an idea that is based on fact or fiction? Make it easier for yourself to see the difference. The difference between evidence-based and fear-based ideas. The good news is that you don't have to be stuck forever in a state of negativity or stagnation. You have the ability to rewire your brain. You have the ability to change your mindset. Please take a few moments to read through the handout. In the exercise documents, it will undoubtedly assist you in gaining a greater understanding of your interior thoughts, feelings, and stories so that you can put them to the test and replace them with more constructive thought processes. The best present you can offer yourself is to know that you are not your thoughts. Rather, you are the sum total of your life events and the actions you take on a daily basis. As a result, you have the opportunity to make a decision today. Allow your negative thoughts to become your reality. Or give yourself time to re-energize with a feeling of command by taking deliberate steps toward achieving your objectives. Okay, do any of these things ring true for you? When your alarm goes off, the first thing you do is the point at which you reach for your iPhone. Perhaps you've realized that you constantly have your phone with you. Whether you're eating alone or with others, alternatively, you can do it with your family or friends. When you can't check your phone, do you become antsy? Smartphones, on the other hand, provide us with entertainment. They socially connect us, inform us, and help us find our way around. They also allow us to work from anywhere. However, there is no such thing as too much of anything. Entrepreneurs must also strike a balance between work and personal life. To avoid fatigue, procrastination, and FOMO, fear of missing out, is a constant source of stress. Worry of missing a crucial call, text, or sale, or even a post on social media. You're being distracted by your phone habits that haven't been investigated. From taking deliberate action to become more productive on a daily basis. So, here are a few options to consider. Improved, more realistic phone-life balance. The first step is to obtain a vintage alarm clock. Break the habit of looking at your phone before you begin your self-care routine in the morning. A decent morning routine can really set the tone for the rest of the day. The tone for the rest of the day's productivity. Rethink your notification system. Notifications are made to entice you in and try to take over your attention. As a result, go to your phone's settings and disable email notifications from social networking and other annoying apps. The one and only notice I recommend: enabling apps that promote good habits on a daily basis. Whether it's to take further steps or not, or go to a yoga class or set a reminder to meditate, try the Do Not Disturb feature. Both the iPhone and Android include a Do Not Disturb feature. Notifications and alerts are turned off and refrains from producing any kind of noise, vibrations, or the display of your phone's screen. When the display is locked, you may schedule the Do Not Disturb option in settings for a specified period of time, such as 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. to assist you in muting the background noise and increase your productivity. Make good use of your voicemail. Do you get a lot of phone calls? Can you spot a pattern in the questions you've been asked? For the reason that someone is calling your office phone. If that's the case, it's time to upgrade your voicemail system. If someone wants to set up a consultation, send them to the contact page. If they're looking for a product or service, use a calendar autoresponder on your website. Calendly, for example, allows people to schedule meetings. You set up a certain amount of time for phone calls. Keep your home screen to a minimum. Reduce the number of apps on the home screen to a bare minimum. By having fewer apps visible each time you pick up the phone, you'll be able to save time. It will make you feel less compelled to start clicking And a lot of scrolling when you have your phone in your sight, cortisol levels have risen. This is a stress response that makes you feel bad. The body's natural reaction is to reach for the phone. Help alleviate the tension. These pointers should now assist you in avoiding unneeded stress. And if you need to be reminded even more forcefully, change your lock screen to make it easier to set the phone down to an image that serves as a reminder to slow down, drop, and concentrate. One of the most prevalent occurrences is I get feedback from my coaching clients and the general public is that they don't have enough hours in the day to accomplish everything. After a decade of attempting, there are a billion different calendar approaches and productivity tricks to choose from. I could tell you about timer apps and such. That nothing allows me to accomplish more in a single day compared to block scheduling. The process of arranging out blocks of time is known as block scheduling. Every hour of your day should be planned ahead of time, as well as reserving certain time slots for a certain set of jobs and responsibilities. Many of us, on the other hand, have a tendency to believe that we've perfected the art of multitasking. Multitasking has been proven to be beneficial in studies. Can result in a 40% reduction in output. On the other hand, block scheduling helps and supports me to focus on one task at a time. It establishes a level of consistency and accountability. When you're working on a tight deadline, it also provides a framework for what I am capable of achieving per week and per day. So now I'll show you how to complete the 7 steps to construct the structure for your block schedule. Also, keep in mind that this is just a framework, as well as a framework that you may completely personalize. To completely personalize, first and foremost, is to figure out how many hours you have available. Must go to work every week. Examine your weekly agenda. Then decide when you can work during the week. The schedules of no two people will be the same. So, in this case, we'll create a block timetable with a work week of 40 hours, and I learned there is no such thing as a routine day. This is why the second step is so crucial and beneficial. The second stage is to determine your recurrent expenses versus variable tasks. To the best of your ability, recurring tasks are the tasks that was a common occurrence and that had to be finished within the constraints of your specific deadline so that your company has a well-oiled machine. Consider recurring chores to be to-do lists. You want to make a structure that is consistent and a deadline of within the week. Some of the most common recurring chores are listed below that most entrepreneurs and business owners on a weekly basis, you'll need to perform things like administrative activities that are specific to your company. Billing, documentation, client memos, and proposals are just a few examples. Scheduling and outreach. Team development meetings are held every week. Blogging, video, and other forms of content creation, podcasts, and social media posts or real-time social media engagement. Even tasks like creating virtual courses are possible. Alternatively, you may write a book proposal. Then, of course, you'll need to make aside time for unanticipated duties that will arise. And these are what I refer to as variable tasks. These are the tasks that vary from one day to the next or week to week. And, let's face it, certain chores are simply necessary. Things happen in life that we don't anticipate. You feel compelled to cram everything in. Daily errands, for example, could be variable tasks. Travel, responsibilities as a mom, press, and collaborations, training a new assistant, attending a networking event. Alternatively, you may get new headshots taken. Now that we've established a time frame, let's go on to the next step. Let's discuss about emails for recurring and variable chores. The next step is to set aside a specific amount of time. When it comes to replying to and prioritizing emails, keep email in its own block, in my opinion. In the morning, I personally bookend my email blocks. And at the end of the day, so I don't fall down the rabbit hole. Clients frequently contact me. I could lose an entire day to email and accomplish nothing. And I completely understood how you felt. After that, I began to bookend my days with emails. It made a significant difference in my productivity. So, first thing in the morning, respond to emails. Then make a list of which emails you need to respond to right away. In comparison to the next 24 or 48 hours, the fourth stage is to figure out if you're a morning person or a nocturnal creature and decide when you want your do not disturb barrier to go into effect. Every day should have at least one block. Where do you put your shades on? And make it a priority to finish your most vital tasks. Client work, for example. Deliverables, such as service and product deliverables. Alternatively, you could complete a coaching or consulting session. Now is the moment to activate the do not disturb mode and go to work without being distracted. The fifth step is possibly my favorite. That's how you'll define your morning routine and me time. Some of the most successful persons are well known. They should get up early in the morning and develop easy morning rituals. And take a break from it all before starting a hectic day. Making your morning routine more structured will aid in the formation of healthy habits as well as increasing your productivity. I prefer to think of the morning as a chance for me to do something new. For assisting me in some way. Step 6 is to choose a calendar app. You intend to make a commitment to. I'm completely reliant on my Google Calendar. Because it automatically syncs with my email and contact list. Calendar invites can be created and sent. You can share your calendar with members of your team. You can set yourself reminders. You may also color code your calendar to make it more appealing. If you've already made a decision to use another calendar app, that is not an issue. Simply come to see whether they have all of the functionality that Google has. Finally, but certainly not least, the seventh step is to name your block categories. Color label your calendar and assign time blocks to them. Please feel free to use this template as a model or play around with it to make it your own. Finally, I'd want to make a comment. The majority of us prefer to work smarter rather than harder. However, we do not hold ourselves accountable for keeping to a schedule or the real structure that we construct. So here's what I'm going to leave you with. What you're capable of is defined as your ability. What you do is determined by your motivation. How well you do things is determined by your attitude. Is there a separate list for your everyday to-do list? Or are you the individual that results in a slew of post-it note reminders all over the place? If you softly nodded to yourself, that is. Alternatively, if you screamed, "Yes, I said it out loud." To overcome your daily to-dos, try this strategy. One of the most unexpected things is the lack of structure that people construct for themselves to carry out their tasks. So, let's have a look at a basic but efficient method. How go about tackling your to-do list and decide where you need to spend your time to pay the greatest attention to. The VIP approach is what I call this simple 3-step process. The V in VIP indicates for extremely essential responsibilities. Prioritize 2 to 3 items. Every day, you have a lot of critical things to complete. This is how I like to conceive of this crucial task category. As the section where you finish your to-do list, that's what keeps you awake at night. Within this area, the idea is to make each task unique. Work on a PowerPoint presentation, for example. That's a bit much to chew on. It's also unrealistic to expect to finish in one sitting. As a result, the intimidation element should be reduced. By dismantling larger projects into time chunks dedicated to achieving a given aim to make it easier to handle. So instead of saying, "Work on your PowerPoint presentation," say, "Work on your PowerPoint presentation." Why not give it a shot? The first 6 slides should be created of a PowerPoint demonstration. Let's take a look at the I in VIP now. The letter I stands for critical tasks. After you've crossed everything off your list, you may relax. Removing the most critical things from the to-do list, then proceed to this section. And these responsibilities should be significant. Certainly not the objects that keep appearing in your dreams might keep you awake at night. As a result, limit this part to 3 activities as well. Finally, but certainly not least, prioritize these duties last, as the P in VIP stands for. A lot of small things can add up to a lot of big things. The time we spend eating takes up the most of our day. As a result, we must limit the number of items. Especially in this category, make an effort to concentrate and set aside time. Prioritize your most crucial items. This category contains tasks. Should be less imaginative and more administrative. Implying that you may be able to delegate these responsibilities to a personal assistant, project manager, or independent contractor, printing new business cards, purchasing new printer ink, and so on, bulk scheduling social media updates, or putting phone calls on the calendar. If you're aware that if you have anything urgent in your email inbox, after that, checking emails and interacting on social media in real time, this might possibly be included in this category. And, in the end, it's up to you to have a look at what's coming up in your calendar. What deadlines and deliverables do you have coming up for certain assignments, and to set yourself apart what are the duties that are extremely important versus what to put last on the list. A to-do list is no longer as useful as it once was, as well as the action you've taken. And the most effective approach to get things done is to write them down on your calendar. So, if you haven't seen it yet, video scheduling is hampered by a lack of time management skills. To receive the maximum inspiration, I strongly advise you to do so. Enjoy the structure and content of this course. Raise your hand if you're overwhelmed with email. We've all experienced that tense feeling. When your inbox is flooded with emails, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. I'm just waiting to hear back. Responding to emails might take up a lot of time during the day. And keeping track of them can be daunting and draining. Your mailbox contains time-saving opportunities. I'd want to assist you in finding it. Consider email as a means to an end when it comes to project management. Distributing information, scheduling meetings, and resolving issues. As a result, said farewell to the days when you feel as if you've answered 100 emails, however, you accomplished nothing during the day. It's time to reclaim command of your inbox and not be ruled by your inbox. So, here are a few pointers and recommended practices to consider to aid in the organization of your email workflow to help you better manage your time and be more productive. So, my first piece of advice is to block time on your schedule. And schedule email blocks of 30 to 60 minutes can serve as a bookend for the start and end of your day. This way, you can commit to your email tasks every day within the confines of this time frame. To assist you in prioritizing your most critical activities. While coping with email FOMO or the fear of missing a crucial email, professionals check their email on average twice a day. Every 37 minutes, or 15 times every day. That's just much too much. Consider how much more important work may be. If you cut your email chores in half, you could do a lot more. To only once or twice a day now. If you've determined that your company is profitable, currently, greater time spent on email is required. You can change the time block on your calendar dedicated to sending emails in a timely manner. Okay, this next suggestion is fantastic. The second suggestion I have is to make email answer templates. Email templates, often known as scripted responses, are a type of email template. Are pre-written emails that can be readily customized. The template option is available in Gmail, where you may make and save a variety of templates which contributes to your increased productivity. It also makes it easier to write excellent emails. Some frequent email templates are attempting to reach out to you, to a potential new client, and offering a time to call when you're looking for information from a client, an employee, or a vendor, pitching, scheduling interviews, podcasts, etc. Or public speaking appearances, customer service follow-up. Following up on networking leads and exchanging contact information. When you're connecting people, you can use email introductions or phone calls. Consider the emails you send every day or on a regular basis. That may be easily incorporated into a plug-and-play template. My third piece of advice is to assess where you can save money. Those pointless back and forth emails. Especially when it comes to making a schedule the date on the calendar, so spare yourself the aggravation and the time. By putting in place a computerized system, Calendly, for example, will discover the optimum time for you. As well as your contacts, it's also simple to set up. You can set your availability on Calendly, where you can choose from a variety of days and times when people will be able to call you. And once you've finished with the setup, Calendly will provide a URL for you to use into an email, a social media post, or a blog article. Can even incorporate it into your website. When someone clicks on your Calendly link, they'll be taken to your Calendly page. They'll be able to just arrange a day after that, as well as the opportunity to speak with you. And this new event will be saved in both your and their calendars. This brings me to my final 2 suggestions. Treat your email signature the same way you would a business card. Make your email signature more effective by sending a link to your Calendly account and a link to your website, your social media handles, to avoid any misunderstandings about who you are and how someone may contact you without using email. Linkcard is a fantastic application that allows you to share information with others. If you want to personalize your digital signature, to market yourself or your business in a new and creative manner, and you'll be able to network considerably more effectively. Last but not least, make sure your email is up to date. To make emailing easier, use your favorite calendar. It's a simple process to send and receive calendar invites. That way, everyone is kept informed and on track. A busy inbox translates to a cluttered mentality. One of the most important yet often neglected components, organizing your digital workflow, is an important part of being productive. Every time you have to look for a misplaced document or having to go through 20 clicks to get to a folder, you're squandering your time. So, allow me to introduce you to the concept of an email label and a folder arrangement that aids me in prioritizing and conveniently file emails. You can, of course, customize this as necessary for your business and process. As a result, when I check my inbox, I determine what is urgent. Each email should be labeled and filed appropriately. Following that, I take action. This flowchart is one of my favorites. In addition to files tagged with terms that inspired by using a VIP checklist. To come up with this incredibly simple structure, for additional information on the VIP checklist, go here. Take a look at this video titled Conquer Your Daily To-Do List. So, when you open an email, I immediately label and prioritize into one of the 6 folders listed below. VIP is the first identified folder. VIP emails must be responded to immediately and necessitate your urgent attention or response. Also, I propose that you take care of these emails first thing in your inbox in the morning, so that they don't bother you during the day. 24H is the second labeled folder. Emails with the subject line 24H, H stands for hours, indicates that you must answer the following day, if not sooner. These emails can be sorted by importance. To send during your email block in the evening, prioritize later is the third designated folder, or PL, as it is commonly abbreviated. Emails tagged PL should not be replied to over the next 24 hours. Once you've labeled an email as PL, you can delete it. You'll have to make this email response a priority later on in the week. This is where Gmail settings and features like nudge come into play. Or a snooze button to remind you to respond could be quite useful. The nudge function has 2 goals. It might serve as a reminder to respond to crucial emails. It can also serve as a reminder to follow up on such emails that you sent but have yet to receive. There hasn't been a response yet. Gmail gives you the ability to snooze an email. To bring it up again at a later time and date. When you snooze an email, it will automatically reappear as though it were a new email into your mailbox. The 4th labeled folder, on the other hand, is optional. Optional emails are for people who don't want to receive them. that you may need to investigate further before you decide whether or not to answer. Infotainment is the fifth designated folder. The majority of us are inundated with marketing emails. Every day, receive newsletters, Google alerts, or reports. And for those who receive emails in this category, to file, mark them as infotainment. All of this useful information neatly tucked away in your inbox, so it's ready to use whenever you have some free time. The final label is trash. For all of those emails that aren't worth your attention. If you don't think it's worth responding to, toss it in the trash. There's no reason for it to languish in your inbox. Now, if you're anything like me, you enjoy staying organized. And eliminate all guesswork out of the way of some email chains, add more folders and color code them. Such as corporate administration, personal life, and so on. A person named client folders to improve the efficiency of your inbox or Google Drive. There's so much to do in such a short amount of time. It's difficult to stay focused and productive. For many home-based business owners, or entrepreneurs in charge of remote teams. However, there are numerous user-friendly tools available, as well as tools that allow us to simplify our lives and automate time-consuming activities to work smarter rather than harder. So, here are a few of my favorite software applications. In the areas of social networking, content development, and time management, and there's a lot more. Please give me a drum roll for my first tool. Google Drive is a cloud-based storage service. Google Drive's advantages tick a lot of boxes. Improved productivity, scheduling, and organization. Communication and storage are both important. I've previously mentioned Google a few times. Specifically in the case of Google Calendar, Gmail for email organization and block scheduling. Google Drive also offers a lot of additional apps, which are extremely beneficial to both small and large organizations. Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Sheets are just a few examples. Google Drawings, Google Photos, and Google Alerts are all Google products. Several additional businesses provide platforms featuring features comparable to Microsoft OneDrive. This is a file storage system that you can develop online, collaborate and edit on documents created in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Dropbox and Trello are also useful. Also provide excellent collaboration tools as well as distinguishing characteristics. In the end, you'll have to experiment with these tools and discover the ideal match for your team, needs, and process. Do you want to keep track of and manage your time now? This next tool, on the other hand, does all of that and more. With the help of a time tracker app, you can increase your productivity. Sheets, for example. T-Sheets is a time tracking app for both desktop and mobile devices. As well as a staff scheduling app, Sheets allow you to see when team members clock in and out. As well as clocking in and out of projects, you can make schedules for your teams. You can generate payroll reports. You may also see the GPS coordinates of your teammates. T-Sheets will undoubtedly assist you in managing and tracking your finances. And you'll be able to better manage your time. We're talking about the passage of time. Trying to schedule a call can take a long time. More than the actual phone call. That's when my calendar app Calendly comes in helpful. Calendly is a tool that assists you in scheduling meetings without the email back and forth, so the next time someone asks, you'll know what to say. When do you have availability to make the call? All you have to do is leave your Calendly link in the comments section, in a text message or an email, where they can then set up a meeting time with you that instantly syncs with both your and their calendars. Jotform is my next favorite tool. Jotform is a robust internet application. It enables anyone to make their own intake forms similar to a survey. Jotform simplifies the process of gathering information from leads. It's so simple to turn participants, customers, or attendees into participants, customers, or attendees. And the tools I'm talking about, Calendly and Jotform, are both free. For greatest impact, they can be mixed. For instance, on my website's coaching page, People who want to set up a discovery call can choose to book a call, which will send them to a page where they can do so. In order to complete my Jotform questionnaire, it makes it possible for me to get data so that I may best prepare. I get leads ahead of time. For each and every discovery call after you've completed the Jotform, after that, viewers are forwarded to my Calendly link. To book our call at a specific time and date, this procedure is also automated for me. This is a total win-win situation for potential clients. Another effective tool for business owners and entrepreneurs. MailChimp, for example, is an email marketing service. MailChimp will streamline your email marketing efforts. It's easier and more controllable than it's ever been. You can quickly construct email campaigns with MailChimp. Organize your audience data with their ready-made templates. Combining marketing channels and insights so that you can achieve your objectives more quickly. Now, let's talk about a useful social media tool. This is a gadget that I adore. Linktree is a free tool for social media optimization. But, particularly, Instagram traffic users can now be directed by this one link to a single page with the most crucial information. You wish to share something. Drop your Calendly link, for example, into one of your Linktree possibilities to make it even easy for warm leads and followers to schedule a call with you. So take a look at each of the tools to see how they can help you streamline your work. Where you are able to, there isn't a better time than now for you to assess whether automation tools are available, the ideal match for you, your business, and your team. You must make the most of your time. That is the part of your workday that brings in the money. Many business owners, though, find themselves in a bind. In the throes of admin work, engrossed in the minutiae that takes up a lot of time during the day. If this sounds like something you've heard before, then it's time to automate whatever you can to boost your efficiency and allow you to reclaim that valuable time in your day. Some of these tools will now be referred to as for a one-time money or time investment. However, once you've paid for the setup, you learn how to successfully use each tool. From there, it's just plug and play. And you're well on your way to automating your business. The tools I'm about to show you will work together. As well as connecting your marketing apps, reorganize administrative processes, increase your email marketing success and your social media success. As well as lead generating, all of this frees up time for you to look after yourself. One of the most crucial aspects. So, let's begin with one of my most significant accomplishments. Zapier is one of my favorite automation apps. We believe automation should be simple, says their tagline. Because everyone should strive to work smarter rather than harder. Isn't it lovely on theme? Zapier, on the other hand, functions as a glue. It connects tens of thousands of web applications so that a variety of tools can collaborate. Apps or workflows that they call. Zapier is compatible with all of the tools and apps mentioned. Google Drive, Google Calendar, and other Google products are covered in this course. Calendly, Jotform, Trello, MailChimp, and WordPress are just a few of the tools available. Squarespace, Dropbox, Hootsuite, and a slew of other services are among them. As an example, one of the most popular methods is to Zapier is used by both myself and my coaching clients. WordPress, Calendly, Jotform, and MailChimp are all connected using this plugin. Here's an example of a process, or ZAP, that can be readily replicated for your company. To begin, Zapier is linked to my WordPress blog. When someone clicks the Book a Call button, they will be taken to a page where it directs them to my Jotform survey. Then, once you've completed the Jotform, after that, they are led to Calendly to make an appointment with me. Once you've scheduled a call, it then appears in both my and their calendars. Following that, after someone has completed their Jotform, I then receive the Jotform when he arranges a call in my Gmail inbox, as well as a calendar notification. After then, MailChimp is used to keep everyone's email. It is excellent for cultivating leads as well as your retargeting campaigns. Thanks to Zapier, these 5 tasks are completed automatically. And after I've completed the setup procedure from there, everything went smoothly. Now, if you've determined that your company is ready for these tools, and you're ready to put up a whole system as well as the structure that underpins your automation, then it could be time to consider strategic outsourcing. Fiverr and other similar platforms allow you to make money on the side. To locate suitable freelancers with a given set of skills to assist you in achieving your objectives, simply search for marketing automation on Fiverr. Or even something more specialized, such as Zapier integration. And there will be a bevy of freelancers available for you to take a look at and connect with. There is qualified assistance available to you. Working smarter does not automatically imply working harder. To take care of everything by yourself. Let's speak about how we can automate as much as possible on social media. If we were still managing you on a one-on-one basis, pass through here with your company's social media account. And please pay attention. For those of you who are short on time, this automation tool is a lifesaver. Who desire a social media presence that is constant, but not devote many hours each day to caring for and blogging as well as content monitoring. Hootsuite is a program that lets you to source, schedule, and manage your social media accounts. And track progress on a single, secure platform. Hootsuite allows you to connect with up to 35 other people. Facebook, YouTube, and other well-known social media platforms, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and WordPress were all used. As well as other website and blog management software. Here are the key aspects that significantly boost productivity and allow you to work smarter rather than harder. To begin, you must connect all of your social network accounts. A single dashboard where you can simply examine your account, budget, and plans. Carefully plan your calendar and content in one spot. Engage your community across all networks. The second feature is the ability to schedule events. Even if you aren't online, keep your social media accounts active. Set a time, date, and length for your post by scheduling it ahead of time. Add a description and hashtags to an image or video. And you're good to go. You can plan out your postings for the week or even a month ahead of time, particularly if your content is timeless. This tool also aids in the publication of information during peak times, when the majority of posts are read, and increase the number of people who see your material. Content curation is the third feature. You and your team can effortlessly develop content. Upload photographs from within the dashboard. Google Drive, Dropbox, and other cloud storage services are safe for your photos and movies. Microsoft OneDrive, for example. Promotion is the fourth feature. You have the option of promoting the best performing content within the dashboard of Hootsuite. Then there's the ability to keep track of hot issues, as well as produce a report that outlines your influence on the use of social media. These reports assist you in obtaining your top performing content and the content that drew the most attention. Finally, Hootsuite excels at customer service. Teamwork and social listening are two important aspects of social listening. In order for everyone to be able to keep track of your consumer inquiries, keywords, and what's going on in your industry right now, using Zapier and Hootsuite to their full potential can be a game changer in terms of your work productivity as well as your promotional efforts. Being a good leader and business owner entails assigning assignments to staff and, in many cases, to remote teams. Delegating and relinquishing control is difficult for many people. It might be necessary for maximizing output, as well as reducing your stress when working on major projects with tight deadlines. Delegating work necessitates trust, patience, and commitment. Structure and communication. So, here are some pointers to assist you in mastering the art of delegation. Communication is the first and most critical step. When it comes to delegating a work, there are a few things to keep in mind to ensure your peace of mind and success. It's crucial to communicate effectively. I like to utilize a Google document and a shared Google folder to describe my requirements, vision, and intended timeline, as well as any specific copy, graphics, etc. This document and folder could be shared with the project manager after that. with all of the instructions and information that they are expected to do. The majority of people make the error of assuming someone who knows exactly what they're talking about and when they want it done, as well as how and when they want it done. Well, not communicating clearly is one of them. Leaving greater room for error and squandering time is a recipe for disaster. That brings me to my next point. Instead of making assumptions, manage expectations and be thorough. Pose follow-up inquiries to verify that the tasks have been clearly outlined, as well as the fact that the other party is on board to attain the end goal. Everyone must be on the same page. Before hanging up the phone, I'm delegating a new assignment, and the last question I always ask is, do you have any more inquiries for me? Managing expectations and maintaining open lines of communication will aid in avoiding disappointments or failures in the future. When it comes to delegating responsibilities to others, this is especially true. The next step is to remember to motivate them. When individuals don't comprehend why something is important and where their skills are required, they're less likely to show up in person. People become enthralled by the possibilities and take on the challenge when they are motivated to make it happen in their role. It's all about working together. Your guidance and encouragement are greatly appreciated, and their capacity to accomplish this as a team will result in an energizing working environment and a shared victory to achieve the end goal. The most effective leaders do not micromanage. Check-ins should be scheduled instead to ensure accountability, as well as the fact that progress is being made. It's pointless to delegate a task, because you're wasting your time managing or by micromanaging their every action. As a result, continue to participate in set check-ins. And, as appropriate, provide constructive feedback to assist them in completing the task. Examine your company's operations, where it's more practical to delegate elsewhere, and allow technology to assist you in delegating and work together more effectively. If you enjoy making lists, this is the book for you. Todoist or Trello might be a good fit for you. You can make as many boards as you want, as well as checklists for your in-house or remote employees. They are excellent for juggling numerous projects at the same time. Whether you're a tiny business or a major corporation, Trello, for example, can help you boost your productivity, as well as accountability. Finally, interns are a fantastic resource. A person to whom work is delegated. I'm a big believer in intern training and working with them. Finance, hospitality, entertainment, and retail are just a few examples. Every industry has interns looking for work experience. Today's interns are Generation Zers and Millennial Cuspers. They grew up on the internet and are truly digital natives. And, more than likely, they might be able to teach you anything. When it comes to some of those technical gadgets, they are capable of being quite resourceful. If you're entrusting creative responsibilities to others, such as blogging, videography, or photography, or by using social media, rather than simply asking them to fetch you a cup of coffee, investing time on intern training, this could be an excellent pipeline technique. Future workers or even freelancers will benefit from this. During the last few years, many of my interns have excelled in their fields that they've started working for me as independent contractors. It might be time to let go of the reins and delegate some tasks to assist you in working smarter rather than harder. While it may be unsettling at first, it will eventually become second nature. It might be useful for streamlining tasks, as well as overall efficiency. When it comes to social media, there are a few things to keep in mind. There are some crucial factors to consider in order to simplify your life, streamline and increase the effectiveness of your social media campaign. But omitting any of these particulars, it's possible that your efforts will succeed or fail. As a result, you must consider each social media page as a brand-specific landing page. There's a good probability that a potential customer will come to you. Today is the first time I've seen you on social media. As a result, consistency, discoverability, and clear message are essential. Great content, value sharing, and relationship development are all things to think about. If you're serious about expanding your social media following, these fundamentals are a requirement if you want to succeed. First and foremost, is your social media handle correct? Are they in line with your brand, company, and persona? Consider the element of searchability. If you can get a handle name, that's great. That is relevant to your company and brand. The more information you provide, the easier it will be for others to locate you. If you can match all of your social media channels, that's even better. To the domain of your website, for example, if you're looking for my website, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and even Instagram are some of my favorite social media platforms. At Chelsea Crossed is the handle for all of my social media accounts. I wanted something that was both related to my brand and easy to remember. Discoverability is a big plus. The consistency of your branding across all of your marketing platforms will make a favorable or unfavorable initial impression, and first impressions are important. When it comes to initial impressions, consistency is also essential. The second step is to go over everything again. The content that has been published on your channels in the last few months. Do you update your blog on a regular basis? Or do you post every few days, weeks, or even months? The more constant you are with your posting schedule, the better. The more probable it is that you will grow your following as well as participation, so keep track of which of your prior entries you've written. Spark the greatest interest, and continue to do so. My third suggestion is the most effective method. To working smarter rather than harder. And let me tell you something, once my clients have completed this, they are overjoyed that they were able to do so. One of the key reasons why people find it so difficult is because to maintain a social media presence they don't have enough material because they don't have enough of it prepared ahead of time. As a result, I advise developing a bulk content library. With around 30 days of evergreen content that adds value to your customers' lives and talks directly to them. Demographics, needs, pain spots, and interests are all factors to consider. It's best to have material in both lengthy and short forms. To distribute through all of your marketing channels, posts like, for example, are examples of long-form material. Publications, white paper reports, industry briefs, and studies, to name a few. Expert roundups, news announcements, and live streaming are all available. As well as webinar trainings. Posts like, for example, are now considered short-form content. Quotes, quick tips or hacks, gifts, names, and infographics are all good ideas. As well as tiny videos. Just a friendly reminder, you can always hire freelance writers and graphic designers or videographers to assist you in building a high-quality mass library. Some of the assets I've designed during prior shoots for the content library. I've been using it for a long time. The return on investment, ROI, of investing in bulk content upfront can be gratifying on both a mental and a financial level. Which brings me to my fourth point. Do you have a tool for social media analytics? To keep track of development and engagement in the present, where the remaining 20% of the time should be devoted to the promotion of your goods and services. If you spend all of your time on your channel is solely dedicated to the promotion of your company, people will quit paying attention. As a result, we'd like to focus less on conversions and focusing more on creating useful content, on maintaining your current followers' relationships, new leads and industry movers and shakers, and then sit back and watch your social media community grow. The saying content is king is well known. However, content marketing is more important than ever before. Is a crucial component of your marketing and branding success. From personal brands to Fortune 500 enterprises, there's something for everyone. Every business owner and entrepreneur is on the lookout for new ways to boost brand recognition, follower increase, and audience engagement. The goal of content marketing is to generate new ideas, to attract and keep customers, as well as delivering relevant content to specific audience and encourage profitable consumer behavior. If you're new to content marketing, though, or even rethinking your content strategy, you should start by laying the foundation for your rollout. When constructing a structure, there are 5 steps to follow. A foundation for content marketing. The first step is to establish your goal. That is your mission, passion, and objectives. Begin by getting crystal clear on what you want to achieve. What is the goal of your content? What is the purpose of this content? Set specific goals for what you want to accomplish. By using content messaging and taking into account factors such as increased brand awareness, sales, downloads, and video views, increasing email opt-ins, and even client retention, the audience is now the focus of the second step. This is where you'll start to think about it seriously. Niche, audience, segments, and content creation. That will appeal to your ideal customer's interests and requirements. Consider who your customer is, what they value, and how you can help them. Regardless of what stage of life they're in, what their current financial situation is, as well as how your product or service works, is the answer to their problems. The third and most crucial step, it's all about telling your company's story. Your personal brand is defined by your brand story. And business are distinct, and they will set you apart. Competitors in the industry in human communication, stories are a tremendously effective tool. The descriptive power of stories affects the human brain. Both the sensory and motor cortex have been shown to be influenced. Consider that for a moment. What is the story behind your brand that people will remember? And establish a link between your company and others, and who is your target audience. It's important to tell stories. The fourth phase is all about the procedure that must be followed to put your content strategy into action. So it's time to make a decision. Who is in charge of content creation? Is it you or a member of your team? Or do you outsource this aspect of your company? There are a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners out there. It's completely acceptable to hire freelance writers. If you have a set of goals, once you've established your brand's voice, create a content curation process. In any case that will be long-term and scalable for your company, I recommend setting aside 1 day per month. When you devote an entire day to bulk content creation, the fifth phase is all about measuring. Begin by choosing a content metrics tool, such as Hootsuite. That will provide you a report on how well your material is performing. You can use these tools to keep track of your progress, which content is being consumed by your target audience, and the most interesting. Remember that marketing your company is a 2-part process: data analysis and creativity, and you should be aware of your content marketing plan. It's impossible to be perfect the first time around. It's all about fine-tuning and polishing your message as your audience expands. As a result, allow 3 to 6 months for your content to go live. To keep track of the level of engagement so you can test, modify, and replicate what works. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so don't quit up too soon. Finally, I'll leave you with some wise words. Don't get too caught up in the number of likes or the number of followers you have. Having 500 people targeted makes a bigger difference. And active community members who are loyal to you, 5,000 uninterested folks who will never comment. Alternatively, they can enjoy your posts and become customers. When it comes to social media, there are a few things to keep in mind. Quality will always triumph over quantity. Ask yourself, what distinguishes your brand? Are you looking for something different, compelling, and engaging? To put it another way, what is your signature? If you haven't figured out the answer yet, that's perfectly okay. The purpose of this article is to introduce you to the concept. This is certain to get your wheels going. I'm referring about the creation of a signature traffic builder. So, what is your go-to traffic generator? There are numerous methods for generating traffic. Nonetheless, a well-known traffic generator is a one-of-a-kind strategy and medium your company pledges to in order to assist you in standing out from the crowd. It's possible that your distinctive traffic generator is a blog, a podcast, a Twitter conversation, a Facebook Live series, and so forth, whether it's an email newsletter or a webinar, or whatever other brilliant concept you've come up with that is relevant to your company. Regardless of the strategy you choose, you'll be putting out consistent, well-thought-out content. This will help to raise brand awareness. Your business will benefit from more traffic and engagement. This is something I've done for my own company. I've seen the advantages, but we'll get to that later. If you're still not convinced, consider the following. Here are 4 compelling reasons to do so. Today, in a signature traffic builder for starters, it establishes much-needed consistency in content marketing. There's no need to overdo it if you stick to one traffic generator. This traffic generator will serve as your signature and will compel you to continue creating stuff and a consistent message. Brands, as we all know, thrive on consistency and excellence. When you overextend yourself and your company, it can lead to disaster. Everything takes a hit. If you have too many streams, your brand's message will be diluted. As a result, concentrate on and invest in development. One distinct technique to set yourself apart. When you've done that, your material will become more purposeful as a result of this, as well as more appealing to customers. Second, it provides opportunity for networking. This is the ideal time to attract thought leaders to your event, influencers or experts in the field to work with your brand's many channels. Make contact with other professionals in your field. Inform them that you are the creator of this one-of-a-kind signature activation. As an example, a podcast afterwards, invite them to join you on your mission. You're increasing your reach by doing so, as well as gaining brand awareness through their audience. It's a fantastic method to meet new people and network with other industry heavyweights. And, last, it's a fantastic lead generator. The initial stage of the consumer journey is brand awareness. Content that is consistent, distinctive, and of high quality can assist in increasing visitors to your website. The more high-quality traffic you send through your channels, the better. The greater your chances of generating new leads. If you're doing things correctly, your distinctive traffic generator will become a topic of conversation. People will be interested in what you're doing as a result, and will investigate your product or service further. It's a win-win situation for everyone. And, last, it generates revenue. This is the last point I'm going to make. Yes, believe it or not, it's true. Your traffic generator could even be profitable. If you're still not convinced, I'll use my own life and business as an example. I started doing a weekly Twitter discussion called Millennial Talk in the year 2013 as a traffic generator to assist me grow my following, increase audience engagement and customer attraction. As the Millennial Talk discussion expanded in popularity and traffic, sponsors were interested in the analytics, so I was able to sell them to them. As a result, I was able to add another revenue stream to my company. Brands are continuously looking for new methods to engage their customers. They also desire to take part in hands-on activities. To increase awareness, it's possible that your traffic generator is all you need to get started, and the audience to whom a sponsor wishes to sell. Creating a unique traffic generator has been a blast. I use it for my own business and for my clients. It's now your turn. Consider the following questions. What is the name of your signature? It can take a long time to create content. Your company already has a lot going on. It's now or never to become savvy. In the manner in which you repurpose your material, your content should be reformatted and repurposed. For various mediums will assist you save time, reach a broader audience, and will help you stay on track with your content marketing efforts. Furthermore, different types of content will resonate in different ways with each of your target market segments, and while you experiment with alternative forms and captions, keep this in mind. On each channel, you will begin to see what type of content is the most effective, what format is the most popular, and what length of content gets the most attention. So, what's the best way to repurpose content? Well, I've got some fantastic news for you. There are a plethora of inventive options available. To master the art of repurposing content, I enjoy capturing longer form content. and turning it into micro-content or bite-sized material. Long-form webinars, for example. This could be 60 or 90 minutes long, might be condensed into a 10-minute piece. After that, you might extract a clip and make it into a short-form video or a how-to tutorial. You can now use that 10-minute clip and then upload it to your YouTube account. And, to take it a step farther, you can make 15 different things out of that 10-minute video. Or teases in the form of 30-second videos to the stuff that is lengthier in length. Use the YouTube video as a starting point. To share this video on all of your social media outlets, LinkedIn, IGTV, Facebook, and Twitter are just a few examples. You've successfully reused one piece of material to cater to a variety of people through a variety of methods. So now we'll move on to previous topics. I'm sure you have a backlog of previous blog posts that are still relevant in today's society. As a result, put up a series of blog posts or articles to compile a handbook, and now you can use that guide on your website as a lead magnet that folks get when they sign up for your email list. Why? Because we always want to give something useful when we asked for our audience's email addresses. As a result, creating that guide could be a very useful tool to persuade more people to really sign up for your email list. You can also repurpose that guide and make this stuff even more elongated. Break down that guide into an email sequence, for example, that you send to a specific set of subscribers. The greater the worth, the better. Another content suggestion is to use data from a survey or a poll on Facebook or Twitter, and turn it into an eye-catching infographic. When done well, infographics have become quite popular, and the content is geared toward the millennial demographic. It's formatted in such a way that it's difficult to read. Millennials, on the other hand, would far rather using an infographic. You can visually ingest information rather than reading an 800-word article or completing a survey. It's now your turn. Consider how you can be more inventive, as well as saving time by repurposing material for your target audience as opposed to producing content from the ground up. Keep in mind that offering bite-sized value is a good idea in many content types, with various captions on various stations. This will significantly increase your reach, as well as assisting in the increase of total traffic to your content as well as your company. With over 260 million monthly active users, Facebook is the most popular social media platform in the world. LinkedIn has the ability to take your marketing efforts to the next level. To a higher level, it's also a great place to start building relationships, credibility and authority in the industry. In order to increase the likelihood of making new relationships, please provide your contact information, a photo of yourself in high resolution, a thorough bio, and a list of your previous jobs on your page, as well as client testimonials or endorsements. Your bio is now the primary text box beneath your photo, banner, title, and other essential details. However, just the first 2 lines of your bio are shown to viewers before they click the See More button. As a result, make those first 2 lines count. However, if you've met all of the basic prerequisites, you can move on to the next step. What else are we supposed to do on LinkedIn? Let's take a look at my top 6 brand building tips on LinkedIn, as well as engagement. The first step is to use keywords to improve your profile. When creating your LinkedIn profile, keep the following in mind. Make certain you recognize and include to boost rank and discoverability. Use your top 3 to 5 keywords, as well as relevancy in the competitive scene. Consider keywords in the same way as you would hashtags that are related to your business and brand. After you've defined your keywords, you can move on to the next step. Scatter them across your headline, current employment, and resume. In regards to the summary, the past experience part, even the headings of your articles or movies to increase overall SEO, it was shared on LinkedIn. My next suggestion is to provide industry knowledge. This is what LinkedIn is all about. Make connections with people in your field. In addition to covering important industry news and trends, Take it to the next level and make an effort to deliver crucial takeaways and insights. They are specific to your point of view on the current state of your industry. Peak times are those that likely to produce a lot of traffic. LinkedIn's most active users Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the days. Mornings, lunchtime, and late afternoons are all good times to go. Your published articles will appear in your activity area. It's also a good idea to have at least 3 articles with keywords in them that have been published that demonstrate your industry knowledge and insights. My next piece of advice is to harness the potential of video. To share your story, the most effective method is video. To develop your social media brand, even on LinkedIn, in particular. To increase the number of high-quality connections, add videos to your LinkedIn profile that tell the story of you and your company. Aside from traditional video storytelling forms, explanation videos, trending news videos, and other types of videos, promo films and event recaps for webinars or e-learning are well known for their excellent performance. Those of you who are public speakers, provide a link to your speaker's reel or video clips of you speaking. To increase brand awareness and attract more business here on LinkedIn, everything is okay. Also, keep in mind that the possibilities are limitless. When it comes to video, it's a no-brainer. My 4th piece of advice is to pay close attention to your connections. It's not only about making as many contacts as possible, or the number of people who follow you, it all comes down to how many people you can reach and engage. Consider the importance of good connections. The more or like-minded relationships you have, the better. The more likely it is that your material will strike a chord with them, lead to engagement and lead generation. Joining industry-related groups is my next recommendation. And keep an eye on the conversation. This may assist you in better targeting your market. To respond to a prospect's demands and offer a solution. You can also keep an eye on your rivals to see what kind of data they're sharing as well as their success. Furthermore, you can benefit from the information given by these communities as a source of ideas for your own material, filling in the blanks with information for the benefit of your own potential customers. Finally, but certainly not least, don't forget to personalize your LinkedIn profile. There is a slight misunderstanding about LinkedIn, and many users believe it because it's primarily a business-to-business networking platform, that you must have a professional demeanor at all times. Users, on the other hand, want to interact with thought leaders and companies that esteem each other in a way that is both personal and relatable. So glad we were able to connect. Now is unquestionably the moment to assess the structure, the workflows, and so on. Considering the tools you use in your business and the need to work from home has never been greater. Working smarter is the key to increased productivity, not more difficult. You may save time and energy by working smarter when it comes to the things that matter most, such as your life goals, personal development, health, and relationships. In order to function efficiently, you must assess your company's structure to ensure that it is meeting your company's requirements as it develops and evolves. While it may necessitate a financial and time investment to go over the tools and structure included in this course, once you've completed the learning and setup stages, you can move on to the next step. You will thank yourself, I promise. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in next audiobook.